you tell me what month comes after July? It's August. It's August. Can you tell me what month you're back in school? It's August. It's August. Can you tell me what month is the 8th month of the year? It's August. It's August. Spell it. A-U-G-U-S-T. A-U-G-U-S-T. Count the days, 31 you'll see. August, August for you and me. Going back to school, vacation's through. I'm so excited, there's so much to do. I'll learn a lot from my teacher and make new friends. Have a great school year from the start to the end. I'm ready to begin. Yeah! Can you tell me what month comes after July? It's August. It's August. Can you tell me what month you're back in school? It's August. It's August. Can you tell me what month is the 8th month of the year? It's August. It's August. Spell it. A-U-G-U-S-T. A-U-G-U-S-T. Count the days, 31 you'll see. August, August for you and me. It's August. It's August.
Here comes Pete strolling down the street, rocking red shoes on his 4 furry feet. Pete is going to school and he sings this song.
I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes. I'm rocking in my school shoes.
Pete is sitting at his desk when his teacher says, "Come on, Pete, down that hall to a room with books on every wall." Where is Pete going? Pete has never been to the library before. Does Pete worry? He finds his favorite book and sings his song.
I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes. I'm reading in my school shoes.
Check out Pete. He's ready to eat in a big, noisy room with tables and seats. Where is Pete? It can be loud and busy in the lunchroom. Does Pete worry? He sits down with his friends and sings his song.
I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes. I'm eating in my school shoes.
Pete and his friends are playing outside on a green grassy field with swings and tall slides. Where is Pete?
The playground!
Kids are running in every direction. Does Pete worry?
Goodness, no!
He slides and swings and sings his song.
I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes. I'm playing in my school shoes.
All day long, Pete sings his song.
I'm singing in my school shoes. I'm painting in my school shoes. I'm adding school shoes.
When school is done, Pete rides the bus home. Pete's mom asks him, "What did you do at school today?" And Pete says,
I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes. I was rocking in my school shoes.
"And I will do it again tomorrow because it's all good."
Can you tell me what month is the first month of the year? It's August. It's August. A-U-G-U-S-T. A-U-G-U-S-T. Count the days, 31 you'll see. August, August for you and me. It's August. It's August. Spell A-U-G-U-S-T. A-U-G-U-S-T. Count the days, 31 you'll see. August, August for you and me. It's August. It's August. Spell it. A-U-G-U-S-T. A-U-G.
And now, originally from Anderson, Indiana, a junior at IUPUI studying neuroscience, he loves tennis and running. He volunteers for TINI Global Health and the IU Student Outreach Clinic. He's the executive director of the IUPUI Regatta. Please give a loud Jaguar welcome to Jason Kabir.
Wow, that was quite an introduction. In case you didn't hear, my name is Jason Kabir. Would you join me in giving a hand to our IUPUI Center for Young Children, whose performance started us off? I want to invite everyone standing in the back to please join us, have a seat. We have plenty, so get comfortable. And I want to welcome you all to the first event of the first ever IUPUI Fall Kickoff Celebration, the Jaguar Spirit Fest. I'm thrilled to be here representing IUPUI students at this celebration. I want to extend a special welcome to the First Lady of IUPUI campus, Nilu Padar. I would also like to welcome all of you who are watching via live stream. It's great to have you out there in cyberspace. If you're following on social media, use hashtag #MyIUPUI to be a part of the story today and through the anniversary year. The kickoff is the very first signature event of IUPUI's year-long 50th anniversary. It includes this awesome Spirit Fest, the IUPUI Talent Showcase with singing and dancing right afterwards, and a great concert at 7 o'clock featuring opening act Dream Chief and Australian duo Atlas Genius, who are just launching a national tour. It's going to be a great afternoon and evening. You may be asking yourself, what is a Spirit Fest? Well, it's a combination convocation and pep rally. It brings the entire campus together to celebrate the start of the academic year, and Spirit Fest lets us look back at where we've been and see where we're going. I'm excited to be emceeing and want to share my own IUPUI story. On July 11th, 2018, the Chancellor's Office approached me to be the student speaker at IUPUI's first ever Spirit Fest. After the initial nerves passed, I gladly accepted the challenge, but I wondered, why me? How did I get here? Sure, I'm the executive director of campus's largest tradition, the Regatta. More on that later. But how did I get here? Well, let me tell you, none of this would be possible without a very important choice. My choice to come here to IUPUI. As a pre-med student in the School of Science, I chose IUPUI because of the resources it could provide me as Indiana's life health science destination campus. I'm fortunate to be able to work in a research lab and connect with others at the School of Medicine. I've learned that basic science research isn't my thing because I need to be interacting and active and working with others. I also have the opportunity to work with a variety of professional students volunteering at the IU Student Outreach Clinic, which has connected me to my community and showed me how much teamwork is involved in healthcare. I also chose IUPUI because of the opportunities it provides. It has all the benefits of a large university without making me feel like I'm just another student amongst the thousands. And I want to take a moment to thank all of my professors and all the faculty and staff, many of you who are in the audience today, who have guided me and supported me to help me get where I am today. I've had experiences here at IUPUI that I don't think I would have at any other campus. How many other undergraduates at other universities can say they've attended national conferences with their student organizations or done service learning in Ecuador? As a freshman, I got a job as a TA with the chemistry department's peer-led team learning program, which has taught me that I love being a mentor to others. IUPUI has shown me who I am and what's important to me. This is just a little bit of my IUPUI story, but I am just one student. It amazes and inspires me that IUPUI has been providing opportunities like these for 50 years. 50 years. That's over 182,000 graduates. Think about the number of success stories that IUPUI has provided. Countless success stories. For 50 years, IUPUI has embraced downtown Indianapolis as its home. For 50 years, IUPUI has been building its unique place as a university in the state of Indiana, and we are a part of that. We are creating our own traditions in the most non-traditional way possible. Speaking of tradition, I haven't yet told you about my favorite part of my IUPUI story. I want to talk to you about regatta. I told you I'd get back to it. This is a very special year for regatta because it is the 10th anniversary of this beloved campus tradition. Regatta is a canoe race on the downtown canal, but it is so much more than just a canoe race. From live performances, food trucks, marketplace vendors, artwork and obstacle courses, to the dog costume contest, the regatta has something for everyone. It brings our entire campus together. You'll find undergraduates and graduates, alongside faculty, alumni, and families, taking part in the competition and fun, all to support a great cause, student scholarships. I've often been told by other students that regatta was the first time that they felt like a part of this campus. Getting involved with regatta has completely transformed my own college experience. I can tell you that years from now, when I look back at my time at IUPUI, regatta will be one of the key memories that I'll have. So, I invite all of you to join in building this campus tradition on September 22nd at the Canal Walk and Military Park. Because you gotta regatta, especially now with the 10th anniversary of the event. We are taking part in building this campus's unique identity and traditions. Everything during IUPUI's 50th anniversary year will be bigger and better. And that includes the regatta on September 22nd. I can't think of a better time to be here at IUPUI. Thank you so much. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone who earned his PhD from Syracuse University, someone who has been on this campus for over 33 years, someone whose research includes collaboration with the dental school and the US Department of Defense. Intriguing, right? Someone who has helped bring a vision for IUPUI as a welcoming and inclusive campus. Would you please help me welcome IUPUI's 5th Chancellor, Nasser Paydar.
Thank you, Jason. And thank you all for being here this afternoon. Also want to thank those that are viewing this via live streaming. Welcome here. Speaking about welcome, I want to welcome my lovely wife, First Lady of the campus, Nilu Pedar. Yes. Let's hear it again for those cute, wonderful children. Those children, the children of Indiana and Indianapolis, are the story of IUPUI. IUPUI's story is a story about hope, hope for the future of our communities. It is a story about promise, promise of a better future. It is a story about youth, the flexibility and innovative and energy of our faculty and staff. And a story about being impatient, like you saw in those children. We at IUPUI want things now. We want to change and we want innovation. We want it now. Now, this afternoon, I'm going to tell you the story of IUPUI, which is perfect for this year. We are beginning a new academic year, and we are beginning our celebration of 50th anniversary. Now, I remember some time ago, I was watching Jeopardy with my wife, that she always wins. Always wins. I can't even understand what they're talking about, let alone the question that gave that answer. But there was one question, university with the longest name, and I didn't get that. That's the one. IUPUI is that university with the longest name on Jeopardy. Now, I know you know the story, but let me tell you about how we ended up with this story, where we came from and where we are going. So for that, I'm going to take you back 200 years. You know, in about a year, we are going to celebrate the 200-year anniversary of IU as a whole. IU was formed 200 years ago in Bloomington, Indiana, with one building. I believe that building burned, they built another building. So for a number of years, decades, they offered all sorts of different programs. But 80 years after they were formed, they wanted to establish health programs. Now, health programs should be in places where there are sick people. Hospitals, patients are needed. So at the turn of that century, School of Medicine was formed here in Indianapolis. At that time, we had 170,000 students. Not students, we don't have 170,000 students. We had 170,000 population in the city, while Bloomington had roughly about 7,000. So medicine was established. A few years later, nursing was established 105, 6 years ago. Little by little, other programs were added. Dentistry and other programs were added, social work. And we were called IUI. We are very creative in the state with names. Indiana University, Indianapolis. And operated for decades like that. Now, hold that story. We are blessed with another outstanding university in the state of Indiana that is getting ready to celebrate its 150th year this year, Purdue University. During World War II, Purdue University established their operation in Indianapolis to train technicians, to help with the war, to have engineers and technical programs graduate from their extension here. That extension was right across the main entry of State Fair. A few of you here, I know you know where they were, on 38th Street. Guess what their name was? Purdue University, Indianapolis. So IUI, PUI had nothing to do with each other. They're offering outstanding programs. Until the 60s, we had a mayor here, then became Senator Lugar. Mayor Lugar wanted to connect these two institutions and cut the cords to Indiana University and Purdue University and call it University of Indianapolis. Today we have a University of Indianapolis, but those days we didn't. That didn't exist. So for many different reasons, one of which was faculty here didn't want to let go of their diploma. Medicine, by then, I've been offering for decades. IU School of Medicine diplomas. They didn't want to let go of that name. Engineering didn't want to let go of Purdue Engineering Program. So they said, okay, fine, let's not argue. You get to keep your diplomas just exactly as you've been offering it. So then they said, what do we call this institution that offers Indiana University degrees and Purdue University degrees that is in Indianapolis? Of course, someone from that corner raised her hand and said, I know, let's call it Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. That's how we were formed. The rest of it is, it became a campus, part of Indiana University operation, responsible for the operation of the campus, and started offering, continued offering programs and added more degree programs throughout the history of this campus. In the last 50 years, a lot has changed. Now, I remember I graduated from a PhD program in upstate New York, Syracuse University. I was a traditional age student. At the age of 28 or so, I came to IUPUI, and I remember I went to my first class. And then I went back to the secretary of the department. I said, Phyllis, I don't think that's the right room number. That's not my classroom. She looked up, she said, no, that's your classroom. I said, no, that's not my classroom. They're having a faculty meeting there. She said, those are your students. The average age was about 45, 50 then. Now, our story today is very different. Today, our students are younger. This fall, almost all incoming freshmen were teenagers. Our story is different. Today, we are much more diverse. In fact, the incoming class this year, 30%, almost 1/3 of them are students of color. We're proud of that. More than any other university in the state of Indiana. Our story is different today. Today, we have outstanding and prepared students academically. In fact, today, this fall, we had the best, the brightest student ever in the history of IUPUI join us this fall. Our story is different because majority of students with honors program choose IUPUI as their first destination campus. This is a different IUPUI than those years, 50 years ago when we were created. Our story is different. 50% of our freshmen first year live on campus today. Today, we have students from 92 counties, 50 states, and 147 countries here at IUPUI. Today, we are Indiana's Health and Life Sciences campus. We are the most comprehensive campus in the state of Indiana, with the array of the programs that we have. And today, we are in top 10 most innovative universities in Tier 1 by U.S. News and World Report. Number 20 on that list, and for that, we are very proud. Today, and all day in this year, we will be celebrating our 50th anniversary. We are honoring the past, remembering where we came from. We are recognizing and celebrating the present by recognizing the people who made us who we are, who are making our students more successful day by day. And we are envisioning the future by educating the next generation here at IUPUI. Now, our stories in the last few years, 50 years has changed. In the next 50 years, now we may add, or we may have 40,000, 50,000 students 50 years from now. We may have 50 more new buildings and one more garage 50 years from now. We may double our research awards. We may be riding segways or teleport. If you saw my video, I've already started a movement in that direction. Who knows what's going to happen in 50 years? I'm not going to stand here and tell you where we're going to be in 50 years, but I know this. Certain things will remain constant. What will remain the same is our commitment to diversity and collegiality on this campus. That will never change at IUPUI. Our culture of innovation will never change at IUPUI. That's who we are. That's unique to this campus. Our strategic and data-driven decision-making will never change on this campus. And our global reach, yet focus on Indianapolis and Indiana, will not change in the next 50 years. At the end of those 50 years, our first century will continue to be one of the country's very best urban research universities. That I'm sure of. I want to thank you for your part, the IUPUI history. And I look forward to working together as we enter the next chapter of our history. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Chancellor Paydar. I want to add a little bit to the Chancellor's history of IUPUI. I know you've all seen our mascots, Jaws, Jinx, and Jazzy. So I want to tell you a little bit more about their stories. Back in the day, our first IUPUI teams were the Metros, and we didn't have a mascot. Although I've heard talk of someone named Metro Man. In 1989, IUPUI student government sponsored a contest to rename our teams. Fortunately, the suggestion of River Rat didn't catch on. In 1998, when IUPUI entered NCAA Division I sports, our teams became the Jaguars. Our first mascot was Jinx. In 2006, Jaws, Jinx's long-lost cousin, appeared. And our third was a female, Jazzy. She joined the group in 2015 and may be a distant relative to Jaws and Jinx. It's good to know that we're one big Jaguar family. I feel like our mascot stories deserve to be included on the My IUPUI story on the 50th anniversary website. Am I right? That's 50.iupui.edu. Write it down. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Akash Khanna, studying marketing, psychology major Abby McNeely, and Will Smith, majoring in radiography. You're in for a treat because all of them are experts in our IUPUI fight song. Would you please help me welcome Akash, Abby, and Will, and a team of IUPUI campus ambassadors, Jagathoners, colleagues, and friends.
Thanks, Jason. It's great to be here this afternoon and to be a part of this wonderful new tradition for our campus. By the sound of your applause, how many of you knew that we have a fight song at IUPUI? How many of you heard the IUPUI fight song? So, Abby, I'm gonna let you take it over.
All right, so Let's Go Jags made its debut on November 3rd, 2000 at the annual IUPUI basketball tip-off luncheon. Gary Fry and John Tagenhurst, both composers from Chicago, pulled the song together. Today's our day to learn the IUPUI fight song, so pay close attention to this performance. It's your turn next. Take it away, Jaguars.
I love it. Okay, team, we need you to help us out with this final element in our Spirit Fest program. We are going to sing the fight song together. So if you need the lyrics, raise your hand, but we'll also have the lyrics for you on the screen. So if you are able and willing to, please stand, and we're going to sing this fight song together, okay?
Congratulations, Jaguars. Jason, I think it's time to close the program.
Would you please join me in another round of applause for our awesome team up here? In just a second, they are going to help us close the program with one more rendition of the IUPUI fight song as they lead us out to the talent showcase, the IUPUI talent showcase over on Blake Street. I want to thank you all for coming this afternoon, and thank you for helping us celebrate this wonderful new tradition at IUPUI. I want to give a special thanks to all of our volunteers today who made this event possible. All of you are awesome. Sherry and Cindy will be releasing rows starting from the front of the auditorium as our performers lead us out to the talent stage on Blake Street. I'm also looking forward to seeing you all for the great concert tonight at Lockfield Green at 7 o'clock. But before we go, on the count of 3, would you help me and join me in wishing happy birthday to IUPUI? So on 3, we'll say happy birthday IUPUI. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, IUPUI!
Awesome. Now, take it away, Jaguars.
Woo!